Namaste and welcome to our full moon meditation, this time when the sun is in Taurus. So this full moon is one of the most potent full moons of the year, and although in kind of a lot of mainstream social media astrological circles, we'd be focused on how close the moon is to the earth. Actually, what sign of the zodiac the sun is in, even regardless of where the moon is, has a considerable effect on what happens to us as spiritual, physical beings. And in Taurus, we have this opportunity to receive a whole magnitude of light for deeper insight and ultimately enlightenment. You know, the sign of Taurus, on one hand, is to do very much with the physical, you know, being of the earth, being in the body. But the counter side of that is actually when we're fully as a spirit acting through our physical body, you know, seeing beauty and the spirit and life and that ignition and everything around us. When we're listening to our intuition, when we're acting inspired by inspired by great intuitions, and the only way we can do that is to fully open up, to fully almost surrender the ego and aspects of the personality that get in the way of us really being a clear channel from the divine, or from that point of creation, of inspiration, of unity, you know, where everything comes from, where all ideas, where, you know, sometimes people refer to it as the great plan. You know, this is an opportune time to really receive, you know, to fully also embody. You know, you may have had a glimmer of that insight or that intuition, you know, that seed that we receive in Aries. Now, what are we planting for the year? You know, and in Taurus, we really need to open our eyes and see the great light that there is in us, and that potential to act into our everyday life, to bring that down into the physical. And this is also the festival of Wesak, or the festival of the Buddha. You know, it's talked of as the Buddha coming closest to earth at this time. And so that may be a bit of an abstract thought to many of us, but we're talking about that light that the Buddha gives, you know, enlightenment, you know. He sat under the Bodhi tree, you know, to enlighten. He is all about enlightening, you know, letting in the light in your eyes, in your third eye, in yogic terms, you know, that point where the division of two becomes one. You know, we can see in quantum physics that we are both a wave, both vibration and then also form. So we are always in this duality, and that is real in itself. But we are also completely at one with everything. You know, good and bad, light and dark. And when we open up to seeing the greater picture and seeing this endless, vast, infinite nature of us, all those negative emotions that can stop us from taking that plunge, those fears that stop us from walking the walk that we should be walking, our true purpose, you know, come into line. You know, when we can really trust ourselves, trust that intuition, you know, that's when we are ourselves, you know, walking that path of enlightenment. You know, we're not aiming to dissolve into oneness. We're aiming to actually, okay, hey, I'm here, you know, this is me, this is really me, I'm really alive and I'm really physical, you know, I have a physical side of myself, and I can manifest on this earth something amazing. So that's a long preamble for this meditation today. And in the morning, as I'm recording this, we're in the year 2017, and the full moon is the 10th, so in the morning of the 10th. So this can be used whatever year it is. The principle is the same. You know, it's still the time to really open up our mind and our third eye, and see the greater picture. So if you just find yourself in a comfortable seated position and just closing your eyes, Bringing your hands to whatever position feels right for you. Just aligning your spine, tucking your chin under. Don't worry too much how your posture is, but just feel comfortable and feel tall. Watching your breath just to bring yourself into the center, into this moment. And exhaling down the spine into the earth. Inhale up the spine to your third eye. Exhale down the spine into the earth. Up the spine to the third eye. And as you exhale, dig deeper, go deeper with your mind. You know, our mind is an instrument that we need to keep sharp, you know, otherwise it's just going to go dull. Otherwise, you know, if we fill it full of novels, full of soaps, you know, we're never going to see the greater picture. So really come into your physicality, rooting down through your sits bones, feeling yourself heavy in your body, affected by gravity. Feel the weight of your arms as they become heavy. Allow your legs to relax fully. Give yourself permission just to be with yourself and in your body right now, noticing how it feels physically. And all those things you do in your life, you know, how many of them are just out of habit? So just taking a moment to stand back from your daily affairs, from your daily patterns, from those things you feel you have to do or should do. Growing a little taller. As you look to your third eye inwards and upwards. And starting to open your mind to be able to see. I see. As you feel that life within you, igniting every atom in your body, creating your own consciousness. As you feel the presence of your soul, you ask yourself to see. I see. And take yourself out of that cycle. Take yourself out of that pattern. Feel that soul free. Free to communicate with yourself. You know, are you walking the walk you're meant to be walking? Whether it's vocationally, or whether it's in your everyday moment. You know, you may be a disciple of a spiritual tradition, but in your daily life, are you being very angry to everyone? Are you filled with fear? Are you bothered about how you appear physically or how people talk about you? Can you break those chains and come into a place where you can see? You can see all those other souls on this planet with all of their conditioning, with all of those habits and those patterns. As you see yourself, and you see all those souls on this planet as great souls, capable of great things. As you see yourself as a great soul, with a great purpose. And as you look inwards and upwards and you look up out of your crown and into the infinite, you call on everything to become light. And become one with that light, and that impulse, that life, that spirit. Whatever word you connect to or however you sense it, feel that infinite space, that light, that spark that lies in everyone. Not just in good people, in everyone. Not in successful people, whatever we deem as successful. In everyone. And we are all capable of activating that power, that awesomeness, that illumination. What is your calling? Are you in the right, even line of work? Where is your service? And you can ask yourself this. You don't have to ask other people. Where does your emotional body draw you? Where in your heart do you know it to be true? No matter how difficult that path. In the traditional keynote for this time, I see, and when the eye is open, all is light. Feeling all that light streaming down into your body, into every atom, to every cell. Allowing consciousness to rise up almost from the atomic level through your body. So you can sense through your major 5 senses, and you can add your additional 6th sense into the mix to know what's right, to know your path, to let go of the fears and the anger holding you back, to surrender the guilt, the disgust, the hatred, to see all souls as one, all with great power, all with a deep sense of peace, of purpose. And as you draw your mind focus from that infinite source through your third eye, extend that wish out to all of humanity, to all souls on this planet, through even the animal kingdom, so that all conscious beings can rise up. To see the whole picture. And then from your heart outwards, into all hearts, into all souls across the earth. And from a greater sense of purpose and will, extending that down to your purpose and your core, and out to all those individual wills of all those individual beings across the world. Bringing light and love and goodwill down onto this planet. Closing that crown, drawing yourself back down into your body, your physical body, rooting back down, watching your breath, exhaling down through the spine to the center of the earth, inhaling to that third eye, that point where we can receive that intuition and insight in every moment, not just when we're meditating, not just at full moons, and all the time. Bringing your hands together at heart center, bowing your head just a little bit. Feeling that humility and service that we all have as individual beings here. And just setting your intention to use your intuition, to see, to allow that light in, and to walk your walk, to walk your path with forgiveness and compassion and love. Taking an inhale and exhale, and inhale for Om. Namaste.